Hello everyone, this is Kaylynn Strain coming at you again with another video. I am using some of the components from Maryland here, and I have put together breakfast. I have the French ration biscuits, and it's got 3 packets of salted biscuits, 2 packets of cereal biscuits, and 3 packets of chocolate biscuits. Now, I have to put on those, which I grabbed from restaurants, I've got some Kraft Pure Liquid Honey and some Kraft Smooth Peanut Butter. I have Peppermint Lifesavers, which came out of a Australian CR1M. And I have a story about these, it's funny. I'm using a plastic knife, and I have the beverage powder tropical punch. So I'm going to mix that up in here, pour it into there, and then probably add more water anyway. I also have here a Bill's Brew instant coffee. I've grabbed one of my Sugar Twins, and then a creamer out of a British ration, and then I'm also going to have the instant soup, and it's a creamy veggie instant soup out of a French ration, so I'm looking forward to trying that as well. Now, let's get started. I think actually I will take the soup here and I will try and get into it without spilling it everywhere, because it feels like the powder is all the way up to the top, which I don't like that, but now it does say with this 250 ml, and that mug that I'm going to put it in, it holds about that much, so maybe a little bit more, but not that much more. So we've got to peel that back so we don't make too much of a mess. And I know all of us who do these reviews, we're all worried about making a big mess, but you know what? If you don't make a mess, you're not doing it right. There's something funny going on there. And no, I'm not using my titanium sport from foreignmre.com today because it is in the kitchen to be washed. So we'll put that in there, and then I will put my coffee and creamer and sweetener into the other mug. Then I can pour the hot water into both of those. This is the Bill's Brew, and we will check the condition of that, and that actually looks really good in there. Here we go, get some white in there. Put that there. And then we've got Sugar Twin. Put that in. And again, this creamer is very much like the French soup. Fill it right to the top. So of course when you grab it and you're holding on to it and feeling it out, it feels like it's gone solid, but it hasn't. It's perfectly fine. It's just that it is so full, and they've allowed no extra space in the packaging. So, and then they pack it in there really tight. Okay. Now let's get hot water into these. There's the soup. There's the coffee. I'll give this soup a nice little stir. Oh, yeah, there's clumps. There's clumps in that there soup, but they'll break up as you stir it more. Yeah. Starting to break up a bit. Do not burn yourself on the kettle. It is very hot. Okay, let's bring this forward so we can see. So you can see what I mean. See, it's a little bit clumpy there. But we squish it on the sides and squish it and squish it, squish it. Give it a stir. Squish that on the side. Then I'm just going to let this sit for a few minutes here. It has thickened up already quite nicely. But I will actually just place that there for a second. So I need to reach into my bag of non-edibles, and I'm going to pull out a latex-free moist towelette from the MCW Meal Cold Weather Ration, and I'm going to take this beautiful soaking wet wipe here, and I am actually going to clean the knife. I'll give it a quick wipe. So clean that off. It's very green and vegetal looking, that soup. Considering it's a creamy vegetable soup, I would expect it to be green and vegetal. But, yeah, okay, now that it is cleaned, quite wet, so we'll dry it off. And then, now I can stir my coffee. I really didn't want to get soup in my coffee. I mean, yeah, no. Coffee soup, coffee veggie soup, not a good sounding combo for me. So, okay, now we've got the, I know you can't really see the coffee there because of the crackers, so we'll put it there. I know I'm not advertising that. I got the mug for free. I got 3 of them. I just like that size for guests and stuff. Okay. That definitely smells fruit punchy. And whoa, that color. Okay. New jug, so turn it sideways. Okay, now, sorry I can't do this on camera because I need to see what I'm doing here. You know, these pouches really do a great job of temperature transfer. Because when you're doing the hot stuff in it, oh boy, is it ever hot. Burns your hands. When you do cold, that's cold. But it's okay. I'd rather have the cold. Okay, so that's all nicely shaken up now. Now we'll see exactly how much will go into my glass. And like I say, I will be adding more to it anyway. But I like mine really watered down, and that is definitely a bright color. Oh, I see. I didn't mix it very well. There's chunks. Okay, well, it did not all mix in. Okay, that's fine. We can drop the chunks in. I don't want to lose any of that, so I'm going to actually pour a little bit more water in here. Just a touch. Just to get the rest of these crystals be loosened off the sides and taken out. That'd be nice, but okay. Put that there. There we go. Okay. Just toss that over there. Keep giving this a good stir, and yeah, there's still chunkies in the bottom, but that's okay. We'll let it sit for a bit and see if it mixes in better. I have another one of this flavor from a different ration that it'll be interesting to see the difference in the mixability of it. Okay, and now I'm going to open up my crackers. That side and that side, and we open them up, and I will pull out one of each. We've got, this one is the salted biscuit. These ones are the cereal biscuits. They're very interesting looking. Oh no, that's the chocolate biscuit. Okay, and that's the cereal biscuit. I was going to say, because that looks like it had chocolate in it. Okay, there we go. So, and yes, I've got more in there. I will be happily munching on today. Okay, so now we can give this another quick stir. Oh, wow! I was not expecting that. Look how thick that got. It is a really, really thick soup. It's not, yeah, it's not what I was expecting. I was expecting it a little soupier, being soup. But, okay. Again, cleaning the knife, drying it off. Okay. That soup looks and smells fantastic. Oh, it's very buttery. It smells really, really buttery, which is quite interesting. Oh, now that's a good soup. Very buttery, very rich, creamy, and being a creamy veggie soup, it should be creamy. You can taste veggies in it. You can't quite put your finger on what veggies are in there. I can taste a little bit of leeks and garlic, but there's other veggies in there that I can't quite put my finger on. I don't think it's peas unless they've completely disguised the flavor. Now, the coffee. We'll have a little bit of coffee. This being Bill's Brew, I've had this a few times now, and actually I'm starting to really like it. Yes, it's instant coffee. Yes, it tastes like instant coffee, but it's still good. Okay, so we're going to try these salted biscuits first. So we'll open them up. Oh, they are broken, but that's okay actually, because then I can have, I've got 2 parts here, but then I can try one like this and try one in the soup, and then the other 2 I can put a little bit of honey or peanut butter on. Well, they're supposed to be salted. I can taste salt. There's no salt on the surface, but what they've done is they've just overloaded the dough with salt, so you can taste it. It's okay. It's almost like a cookie texture, but that's had salt added to it. I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's okay, it's edible, it's just, it's kind of odd to me. Yeah, it tastes like a sweet cookie that somebody salted. But it goes really well with the soup. That's probably what we'll end up doing with the other 2 packets, is I'll be dipping them in the soup. With the saltiness, I'm not even going to try it with these because it'll be too overpowering. But the cereal crackers now. Come on, open up. Thank you. Now these stayed whole. And you can actually see the whole grain in there. Looks like whole wheat flour, brown flour. There's a little bit of a good snap to that. Smells good. Tastes a little like a graham cracker, but not as sweet. I think it'll go well with the honey and the peanut butter, which we'll get to that in a bit. Yeah, that definitely has a graham cracker type flavor to it. So now, this, the chocolate cookie, or chocolate crackers, not cookies, although they probably will end up tasting like cookies. Okay. actually. I'll do this because I don't have a tray or a plate. I don't want to put it right down on the tablecloth. Okay, so you can see all the bits and chunks of chocolate in there and stuff. So now, and we can try this one. Yeah, that's just a chocolate cookie, period. No putting anything on it. It is a cookie. Okay. So now that I've tried those, I've given this some time to dissolve. Okay, that's dissolved a little better. The color in that, I mean, yeah, I still got some chunks in there, but get that chunk off of there. But, I mean, look at the color, how it's, I don't know if you can see that, but it has stained this knife. I mean, granted, yeah, it's just a plastic knife, but seriously, that's a lot of food coloring in there. Completely unnecessary. And I know you guys all know that the U.S. rations go way overboard with food colorings in their drinks. But I mean, really. Oh, I'm going to try this as is first before I add some more water to it. Holy sweet one, Batman. Wow, that needs a lot more water. That is way too concentrated. And now I might be able to actually drink that. Whoa, that was sweet and tart. Almost tasted like sweet tarts. I remember those as a kid. I'm actually just looking at the package here. It does contain sugar, maltodextrin, but it contains, I was actually really surprised to see this earlier, it contains inulin, which is a plant-based insulin. So yes, there's a lot of sugar in it. However, there's inulin in it to counteract the sugar. So, I mean, yes, there might be 47 grams of carbohydrates in this with 16% of your daily allotment with 17 grams of sugars, but they don't actually calculate in what the inulin does, because the inulin helps to negate that. So that's actually quite interesting, and I do like that they did include that in there. So it makes it a little more drinkable for diabetics, which is good. So I'm actually going to try this now that I have diluted it. That's much better and actually drinkable for me. And it tastes like the standard fruit punch that you get from Kool-Aid. So, okay, we're going to open the honey. Oh, look at that beautiful golden honey. And I got to lick that drop off, sorry. I can't waste honey. Okay. I need to pull out a napkin for myself because my fingers are kind of sticky and icky and stuff. So there is that. And now I'm going to open up the peanut butter. Yes, every time I go to a restaurant that has these little individual things of peanut butter and jam and honey and stuff, I swipe at least one of each. Okay. I'm even getting to a point where when I order takeout to ask them to throw in some extras. Some do, some don't. Some do and they'll charge you for it. Some don't charge you. Okay. Because, I mean, literally they pay like pennies for these, so that's good. Nice. Excuse me. Nice, beautiful golden honey. With that cereal biscuit, yeah, that's the best to put it on. You could put it on that, but that cookie is already sweet. It doesn't need any more honey on it. Adding the honey to this makes it really taste like a honey graham cracker. So put a little bit of peanut butter on there. I mean, I know you guys know what honey tastes like. You know what peanut butter tastes like, but this is breakfast for me, so I added the peanut butter and the honey. Now that's tasty. And peanut butter is peanut butter. It doesn't matter whether it's ration peanut butter or store-bought peanut butter. It dries your mouth out, makes you thirsty. Doesn't matter. So I'm going to actually try to drink some of this soup. That is really good. Well, I'm glad I had this. I'm having this for breakfast today. Yesterday was such a bad day with fiber for me. I could barely get out of bed. I couldn't do anything yesterday. I wanted to do another review yesterday, but I just couldn't. I couldn't focus. I couldn't think. My voice sounds a little bit funny, and that's actually part of the fiber as well. It causes congestion and irritation in my throat and stuff. Yesterday I was coughing a lot. Triggers my asthma too. But okay, so now the dessert, which is the peppermint lifesavers. Now I'm not going to eat all of these for breakfast. I'm going to have one now to try it, and I might eat one or two later today, but these get tucked away as little snackies. Yesterday was such a bad day that I actually ended up having to use the rest of the breakfast stuff from the MCW that I didn't eat, the maple muffin top and the toaster pastry, just so that I had enough calories in me to keep going for the day. Because I couldn't cook anything yesterday at all until 11:30 last night, when I actually just threw a pork steak in the oven and cooked it and ate that. That was my dinner last night. So there we go. It's got the lifesaver written on it. So let's see. And these are definitely peppermints. Now my story about these peppermint lifesavers. Several years ago now, when I had my cat Buttons, I was living with two roommates. And one of my roommates, he had a roll of these. He had eaten most of them. He had like 3 left in the roll, so he had like about that much of a package sitting on his TV table. Well, my cat Buttons loved anything mint flavored. And one morning I woke up, go to feed him, and he was a long-haired cat. And I go to feed him, and all of his fur on the right side of his face was plastered and stuck to his neck. And I'm like, what the hell did you get into? And I'm looking, I find the tube on the floor, the end lifesaver, soggy as all get out. And I'm like, okay, he's been eating the lifesaver. And I'm like, fine. Called my vet, asked if it was okay, and she's like, yeah, one won't hurt him. So I took it out, and I put it on his food tray, and he spent 3 days eating that lifesaver. By the time he was done, he was sticky from head to toe. His fur was all stuck to him. He looked hilarious. And then he had a bath, which he wasn't too fussy on, but I guess he realized that he really didn't have much choice, so he sat there and tolerated it. But yeah, that was hilarious. He never went after candies again. after that. Although he would go after popcorn. He loved popcorn. He loved the butter. And he loved garlic butter. Which garlic is not good for kids. Excuse me. Garlic isn't good for cats. Neither are onions. He loved them. He loved garlic butter. So, quite often if we had popcorn, we'd leave the bowl on the coffee table, get up in the morning, because there was still popcorn left in it, and we'd get up in the morning and there would be paw prints in the butter and lick marks in the butter and some of the popcorn gone, and yeah, he was a very strange cat, but absolutely the best cat I ever known. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up so I can actually finish eating my breakfast while things are still hot. And I love you all so much. Thank you very much for watching. If you love what I do, please like, comment below, and if you're not subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. I do upload once a week, or I'm trying to do that this year, so I will do one video a week. So please make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified when I post a new one. Check out all my links in the description below. And once again, Marilyn, thank you very much for making this video possible and my next several weeks of videos possible. Love you all so much. Thanks for watching. Bye.